Hi everyone, this is a mini tour of Brightspace as a learning platform. This is the course page for my own course, Grade 12 English, and I'm making this to share with my students and their parents and guardians, but I'm also making this as a general tour in case you want to see a few things that Brightspace can do and how it works. So I'm in student view right now, so this is what my students should see. So the first thing is, if I am on my course homepage, I have two different types of posts on my page. One is called Activity Feed. One is called Announcements. The announcements are for students only, and this is where I post my at-home work and at-home tasks. The activity feed is something that both students and parents and guardians can see. This is where I post important reminders about work that's due for the week, anything else like information about Parents' Night, things that you might want to send out to a larger, wider audience. Over here, I have my calendar with a list of due dates. When I set up an assignment in Brightspace, all of those due dates automatically should appear there and help students keep track of what they need to hand in. My portfolio is where you can see what you've handed in, what's been handed back to you, and what is coming up. Now, because I'm a teacher, it says I'm not enrolled in any classes, but that's what my portfolio is there for, and that's something that parents and guardians have access to. Content is where you may find lessons, and if you are using the platform that comes with Brightspace, the virtual classroom, that is where you might also find your virtual classroom links. Now, I have mostly included URL links to my tasks, but I can add things in here like PDFs or documents or images. I've just made mine a little bit simpler than that. So you can organize this here by units, but I've organized mine in terms of what students need to find. So for my class, I've included a tab on some different course readings and where they can access those. So these are just live links that then take my students to what I've assigned them to read. I have a couple of short films that I'm asking my students to watch. Those links are there. I've got major assignments. Right now I've got my ISU links in there. I am posting all of the recordings for my Google Meet into here, so if students want to go and review those, they can find them here. And this is the current unit that we're working on, and so these are the major assignments for that focus. I've also included my assignments for this particular learning structure. I am including my assignments, all of my Google Slides, anything that I am posting for my class so that they can access all those slides there. One of the reasons I like Brightspace for this is because you can organize and add to it and change it and redo the organization, as opposed to some other platforms where it organizes simply by the date that you post it. Now I'm going to go into this tab. Discussions is a really handy feature. It's a place where students can contribute their ideas and also get some experience sharing ideas with their classmates. It's meant to simulate a social media platform in that way. So here I've got one discussion. This was on a short Indigenous film. And here you can see I have my amazing grade 12 students who have posted all these fantastic replies to this film. When I open up one of these posts, I can see my students' post, and I can also see replies to that post. And then students can reply to the thread, and the original author can also reply back to the person who has responded to them. And you can build a really great discussion and a really great connection between students. The assignments tab is where students submit all of their work. So this is my history. I'm viewing this as a student, so this is the way it looks for me, all of the different assignments. This is really handy because when I attach things like a rubric for my students, as they go to submit it, what students should then see is that rubric. So prior to handing in the assignment, they should be able to check over all of the different criteria and look at how much everything is weighted and know exactly what's expected of them. When students submit, they're going to add that submission simply as an attachment, similar to sending an email. They can send me a comment, they can record audio, they can record video. And as a teacher, when I go back to mark it, I also have that option. Quizzes are a format I don't have set up on my current page, but you can set up quizzes and have quizzes completed right there in Brightspace. Class list is where I can find all the information on the students in my class. It's also where I can find information on when they last logged in, how much they spent on an assignment, and all of those helpful things for me as a teacher to keep track of. I can add several things here as an instructor. I have added the rubrics that I've currently posted for my class, so if they want to go back and check a specific rubric, students, that's where you can do that. I've also added here some links to things that are important to our class. This is a little hub that I've made for my students where they can click on live links that are relevant for the particular class that we're doing. So anything that I as a teacher want my students to pay extra attention to or want to have regular access to, for instance, a course outline, I can include on my Brightspace page as well by adding it up here. That is a little overview of what Brightspace looks like and all the different features. So if you're viewing this as a student, hopefully that was a helpful tour. If you're viewing this as a teacher, hopefully you have a couple of ideas of some things you can add. And if you're viewing this as a parent or a guardian, hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into what your student might be working on during this new learning platform, time, environment, however you want to phrase it. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful.